You wanna where you wanna start, bro? You wanna start it off?
Oh man.
Or you want me to take it over?
Uh, yeah, yeah. Kick it off.
I bet. So in this episode, we see a lot of shit happen, man. A lot of re so in the episodes prior to this, it was a lot of setup. And in this episode, I think we've seen where all of that setup was leading and where it's gonna head from there. So, you know what I mean? In this episode, we've seen Rock, because Kanan, Kanan in that last episode, he jumped off with old girl moms or whatever. The girl that was supposed to be his shorty, he ended up fucking her moms on some weird shit. So Rock find that out, and Rock pulls up to Corinne moms. Corinne is the shorty that Kanan was fucking with. He pulled up to shorty moms and pressed her ass like, "Yo, I know what you be doing. I know you this ain't. I know my son ain't the only one you doing this shit to. Bitch, you nasty and you got stopped." And then Shorty wasn't really feeling it, and then Rock up the knocks on her ass, and that was it. She was like, "All right, I get it. I get it. Bet, cool."
Yeah, it got crazy.
That happened. That's when I mean that's that famous crib because famous stay in the same building as Shorty. Famous did also see in I think it was in Kanan's bag or like in his stuff or some shit. 'Cause it was at his crib. He did see the paternity test that Kanan had on him, which was that he got from Howard. Howard gave him the paternity test, letting him know, like, yo, these are some papers that you might look at and you might not understand, but this is the facts right here. Nigga, famous seen that shit and was like, yo, what the fuck is that? Like, what? I'm saying Unique went and met up with the mob again. I'm saying. Uh Howard pretty much figured out that his partner was snooping on him. So he went to the captain, told the captain about it, like, yo, this bitch wildin', you better fucking you better get her off me, fam. Like she trying to, you know what I'm saying? She trying to investigate my shit. So the partner, I mean, calls Howard, Omar Epps' partner to the to see or whatever. And she starts trying to be like, yo, this and that. Howard might be on some bullshit. And the captain is immediately like, yo, you gotta dead this shit. This is not what we do here. You gotta cut that shit the fuck out, man. Like, chill out. Couple of things that was interesting in this episode, man. This is the first time we actually see Kanan finally turn on his moms. He turned on Rock. Like, he realizes, like, yo, oh, she's just out here for herself. And yeah, that is my mom, but she don't really got my best interest in heart. She might think she does, but she kind of using me in a way. So this is the first time we get to see like some foreshadowing of why Kanan and his mom might have fell out. He shit in that episode he didn't really want to fuck with Rock, so he went and stayed with Howard. And I mean, he left, showed up at the nigga crib. Nigga Howard made him toast and breakfast and shit. That shit was funny. A lot of shit happened in this episode, man. They found Crown's body. Know what I'm saying Lulu fucking up. Everybody fucking up. Marvin fucking up.
Bro, how the fuck did they find Crown's body, and where did they know? How did they know where to look? Man,
That was another. That was on some power shit where it's just like a scene that just happened that means something, but we didn't know. We didn't even figure out how the fuck it got there. It was just like, oh, I guess this is the scene. No,
I think this is like another one of those for this show too. Like it's the beginning of like the turn, like like where shit get real. Because honestly, I think it's starting to look like Rock is becoming like the bad guy.
bad guy word. But this is the wild thing. She's always been the bad guy.
She's always been a bad guy, but now it's starting to look like she's the bad guy amongst even her own.
But that's what I mean, though. Even amongst her own, she been the bad guy. It's just that the way she was providing and when everybody was on board, it didn't really come off as bad. Cause she didn't really change anything up that she's doing right now. She's doing the same thing as just people are catching on to her maybe not making the best decision. So it's coming off as she's the bad guy now. Cause They questioning shit. Lulu trying to get out the business. She like, nah, you in here. I mean, Marvin is doing whatever he doing. And Kanan is catching on to all the secrets. So it's like, yo, this she ain't switch up. She been doing this shit since season one. Now niggas is catching on, so it's giving off more bad guy vibes. So I mean, Jukebox, you right though. This is like a turning point episode where everybody about to get into what they eventually ended up in. Jukebox, and I mean, she been running around with her mom or whatever. Marvin found out he didn't really fuck with it, but Jukebox didn't care. She thought the moms had her best interest because she wanted to be a mom and a mother and shit. Turns out the mom this whole time was plotting against Jukebox. Like she realized Jukebox wasn't into dudes. I think it was the scene in one of them episodes where, you know what I mean, like the mom was buying Jukebox dresses and shit. She was taking her around, trying to get her to start dressing more like a woman or whatever. And they on the street coming from, I forget where they coming from, church or some shit, and Jukebox is in a dress. Now, you know, normally Jukebox is a low life. She got on the exclusive low pieces and shit, looking with the heat. But she run into some cats that she know around the hood, and they like, yo, let me find out Jukebox is fine. What the fuck? And I mean, she got her hair done. She ain't got that shit braided up no more. She got on the dress. But you could also see that Jukebox, even wearing it, she wasn't giving them niggas no play. And the mom kind of peeped that, like, yo, what? So now the mom might find out, the mom eventually finds out Jukebox ain't into dudes, she into women. So now they have this whole like fucking, she bring her to this church service where
It's like they're fucking removing a fucking demon or something. Like,
word, they was trying to exercise her, bro. Like they put on fucking this fake porn on the TV and shit.
what the fuck?
Bro, it's fucked
That
up.
was a
Like,
weird ass episode. And if that happens in real life, anybody who's doing that to their kids needs to be dealt with, man.
nah, facts. I mean, I don't know how, I don't think it's going on no more, but I know for a fact that shit had to have gone on, bro. Had to. 'Cause that was like a thing. Like, especially when you in the church. Them niggas think they could take the fucking gay out of you. It's like
Get the fuck out of here, man.
that shit don't work that way. So now Jukebox is looking at it like, yo, damn, my mom's is on some bullshit too. So now she got her pops beating on her, but her pops trying to make good. She think her mom got her best interest in her favor. Mom's on some bullshit too. Now we could kind of finally see how Jukebox turns into Jukebox that we know from Power with Kanan and shit. I mean, Rock stood on some business when she was with the mob. They figured out Marvin was behind the hit that got the mob boss son dead, killed.
Yep.
And they like, yo, Marvin gotta go. And Rock is like, yo, nah, man, fuck that. That's my brother. We not killing him. No, hell no.
So now with that, like I think that kind of like is gonna create something even with now unique now because I don't know where unique is gonna come into that. I don't know if he's gonna still play the bad side or if he's gonna jump like with Rock or I don't really know how that's gonna play out. So I'm kind of curious to see.
Yeah, I'm curious too, because I mean, at this point, Rock and Unique are doing business reluctantly, right? They're not really in business. They're kind of in business by default. I think it's seeming like, and I'm not sure if this is going to be a turn, but it's seeming like Rock and Unique might end up on some like teammate shit in a way.
Right.
So, like you said, I'm curious to see where the fuck that go. But with this Marvin situation, you know what I mean? Oh, before we get into that, Lulu, you know what I mean? He's still trying to break his record, but now he in business with this Cartier nigga, you know what I mean? He he used Cartier to get them Jamaican niggas up off him. And he was also trying to get Cartier to help him invest with the music shit. Lulu is just a nigga. He trying to be a producer. He just trying to get his shit off, man. He trying to get these records working. He
Yeah.
tried to do it the right way, and he realized, yo, you don't get nowhere doing that. So he ended up at the radio station with the Knox. Upped it on the nigga saying, yo, I paid you some bread to play my record. I ain't heard that shit, nigga. Play my shit right now. Nigga put the gun in the nigga mouth, all that shit. And I mean, eventually, we see this nigga he got Xena's song on the record. Know what I mean? Like I mean on the radio. Xena got her shit on the radio. So now Lulu seemed like he got a little breakthrough, but on the same side, same note that's happening, Marvin is getting some backlash. He meet up with his therapy bae. Know what I mean? they kicking it, and we see the episode end. Same mob niggas run up on Marvin trying to take him out, and we cut to black. So in the Power universe, it's kind of, you don't think anybody is dead unless you see them die. And even if you see them die, you still not sure. But we didn't see anybody get shot or killed in that scene. But it's implying that maybe Therapy Bay got smoked, man. It's coming off that way. So if that happens, because Marvin really likes Shorty, man. Like you could clearly see. We seen this set up from when he had to go to anger management classes, that was going to be the play. They was going to end up fucking around or whatever. And he really likes Shorty. Like, nah, I mean, he was opening up to her on some shit. And if she ends up dying, you can see this could be a turn where Marvin actually turns into a whole other different person. Fucking with Raising Kanan, though, man. I appreciate the season. I've been some things that has been kind of like, writing might be a little poor in certain spots, but I've been fucking with it, man. I can't say I'm not checking it out. I'm always checking this shit out every week, so it's a good, I mean, good TV. You got anything to add on to that, my boy?
I mean, all right, not for this week.
Well, I think now it's just shit. Seeing how they end the season.
Yep.
At this point.
Still on your block, you niggas know what it is, homie. The fifth on me, I smear bullets at your rail, homie. Put a stack up, or call for backup. It's still HBU, heartbreak, or get cracked up. Money I chase, fuck clearing it out the bank. My niggas run up and chase, duck take the staff, get the cash, then we escape. Agree with me? If you don't, then go some balls, nigga. Focus on what you got, never dwell on your loss, nigga. Life is hard for a young black man selling drugs. Fuck a hoe just because.